The biggest lie in personal finance is that you need money to make money. It's a myth told so often that we just accept it as fact. We start to believe you need thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars just to think about investing. We see building wealth as some kind of luxury, reserved only for the rich. And that single belief is what keeps so many people stuck in the exact same financial spot for years, living paycheck to paycheck and never feeling like they can get ahead. But the truth is, your starting capital isn't what defines your success. Your strategy is. In the long run, the amount of money you start with is one of the least important parts of the equation. What really moves the needle are your habits, your mindset, and your consistency. Your time is a much more powerful wealth-building tool than a big pile of cash. And today, I'm breaking down the exact strategies that prove you can build a fortune starting with next to nothing. We're going to tear that myth apart. I'm going to show you 7 simple, actionable strategies you can use to start building your fortune today, even if you're at square one. This isn't about get-rich-quick schemes. This is a realistic, proven roadmap. So, if you've ever felt like you're too broke to build wealth, this video is for you. Strategy 1. The mindset shift. Your greatest asset isn't money. Before we talk about a single dollar, we have to start with the most powerful tool you have, your mindset. You might think your greatest asset is the cash in your bank account, but it's not. Your greatest asset is time. Time is the secret ingredient in the recipe for wealth, all thanks to the power of compound interest. There's a famous saying, often attributed to Albert Einstein, that calls compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. The quote goes, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." So what is it? Simply put, compounding is your money making money. And then, the money that money made starts making its own money. It creates a snowball effect. A tiny, insignificant snowball at the top of a very long hill can turn into an unstoppable avalanche by the time it reaches the bottom. Think about it like this. Let's say you start investing just $100 a month when you're 25. Assuming a 10% average annual return, which is right around the historical average of the S&P 500, you'll have over $530,000 by the time you're 65. You only put in $48,000 of your own money over those 40 years. The other $482,000 is pure growth. Now, what if you waited until you were 35 to start, but you invested double the amount, $200 a month, to catch up? By age 65, you'd only have about $360,000. You invested more of your own money, $72,000 total, but ended up with way less. That's the power of time. You can't make up for lost time no matter how much money you throw at the problem later. So, the very first strategy is to stop saying, "I don't have enough money to start." Instead, start telling yourself, "I have time on my side, and I need to use it." This simple shift in thinking transforms wealth building from a distant dream into something you can do right now. Every day you wait is another day you're giving up your most valuable asset. The best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is today with whatever you've got. Strategy 2. The income engine. Invest in yourself first, okay, so you understand that time is your secret weapon. But you might be thinking, I still need some money to invest, right? Where does that come from when I'm barely making ends meet? That leads us straight to strategy number 2. You have to invest in yourself before you invest in the market. Your current income isn't your forever income. The single greatest tool you have for building wealth is your ability to earn more. Forget stocks and real estate for just a second. The highest return on investment you will ever get is from investing in your own skills. Think about it. If you learn a new skill that helps you earn an extra $500 a month, that's an extra $6,000 a year. If you invest that money, you've just created a powerful wealth-building engine out of thin air. So how do you do this with little to no money? You use free and low-cost resources. The internet has made education accessible to everyone. You can learn almost anything for free on platforms like YouTube, Coursera, and edX, which offer courses from top universities on things like coding, digital marketing, graphic design, you name it. Your local library probably gives you free access to premium platforms like LinkedIn Learning too. Focus on high-income skills that are actually in demand. These are skills that businesses are happy to pay good money for. Things like copywriting, video editing, social media management, or bookkeeping. You don't need a 4-year degree for these. You can start building a portfolio by offering your services for free or for a low price to local businesses or nonprofits. That experience becomes your proof, which you can then use to land paying clients. And this isn't just about side hustles. It's about making yourself more valuable in your main career. Are there certifications you can get that would lead to a promotion? Does your company offer tuition reimbursement for classes? Look for every single opportunity to upskill. Investing in yourself isn't a one-time payout. It's an asset that pays you dividends for the rest of your life. Every new skill you get increases your earning potential, giving you more fuel to pour onto your investment fire. This is how you go from having no money to having a steady flow of cash to build your future. Strategy 3. The automation machine. Pay yourself first, the right way. Once you've got a little income flowing, the next step is to control where it goes. This is where most people get it wrong. They wait to see what's left over at the end of the month and then try to save it. That's a recipe for failure because, let's be honest, there's almost never anything left. The wealthy do the exact opposite. They pay themselves first. Strategy number 3 is to build an automation machine that forces you to save. This just means setting up your finances so that a piece of your income is automatically sent to your savings and investment accounts the second you get paid, before you even have a chance to touch it. First things first, you need a simple budget. Don't think of it as a restrictive diet. It's just a plan for your money. You have to know where your cash is going. Track your spending for 1 month. Use an app, a spreadsheet, a notebook, whatever. You will be shocked at where your money vanishes. That daily coffee, the subscriptions you forgot you had, the impulse buys, it adds up fast. Once you know where your money's going, split your expenses into needs and wants. This isn't about cutting all the fun out of your life. It's about being intentional. Could you trim your wants by just 10% or 20%? Boom. That's your starting investment capital right there. Now for the magic part, automation. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a savings or investment account for every single payday. Even if it's just $20, the amount doesn't matter at first. What matters is building the habit. Consistency beats quantity when you're just starting out. This pay yourself first trick is so powerful because it takes emotion and willpower out of the equation. You're not relying on discipline to save what's left over. You're making saving your default setting. You're treating your future self as your most important bill. And as your income grows over time, you can just bump up the amount of those automatic transfers. This simple system, running quietly in the background, is what builds the foundation of your wealth. Strategy 4. The debt destroyer. Eliminate financial anchors. You can't win a race if you're dragging an anchor behind you. In your financial life, high-interest debt is that anchor. Strategy number 4 is to get rid of this debt because it's the biggest obstacle standing between you and building wealth. You simply cannot out-invest high-interest debt. The stock market's long-term average return is around 10%, but the interest rate on a typical credit card is 20% or even higher. If you have credit card debt, you're playing a losing game. Every dollar you have tied up in that debt is costing you 20% a year. So, paying off that debt is like getting a guaranteed 20% return on your money. No investment on earth can safely offer you that. So before you start investing serious money, you need a plan to kill this toxic debt. The two most popular methods are the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. With the debt snowball, you list all your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, ignoring the interest rates. You make minimum payments on everything, but you throw every extra penny you have at that smallest debt. Once it's gone, you get a huge psychological win, which builds momentum. Then, you take all the money you were paying on that debt and roll it into the next smallest one. The debt avalanche is the most efficient method mathematically. You list your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest. You attack the one with the highest interest rate first. This approach will save you the most money in interest payments over time, but it might take a while to get that first win, which can be tough for some people. So which one is better? The one you'll actually stick with. Both of them work. The key is to get aggressive and stay focused. Cut up the credit cards if you need to. Every dollar you free up from interest payments is another dollar you can put to work building your future. Don't think of paying off debt as an expense. It's the first and best investment you can make. By the way, if you're finding these strategies helpful, I've put them all together in a free 7-day wealth-building checklist for you. It breaks down each of these steps into a simple daily action plan to get you started. The link is right down in the description.
It's totally free. My gift to you for taking the time to invest in yourself today.
Strategy 5. The starter portfolio. Investing with your pocket change. All right, you've shifted your mindset, you're working on your income, you've automated your savings, and you have a plan for your debt. Now it's finally time to actually start investing, even if it's just with a few dollars. That brings us to strategy number 5. Using technology to build your starter portfolio with what's basically pocket change. The excuse "I don't have enough money" is officially dead. Thanks to micro-investing apps and robo-advisors, there are no more barriers to entry. These platforms were literally designed for beginners and let you start investing with as little as $1 or $5. Apps like Acorns are famous for their roundups feature. You link your bank card, and every time you buy something, the app rounds the purchase up to the nearest dollar and invests the difference. That $4.50 coffee becomes a $5 transaction, and 50 cents gets automatically invested for you. It seems like nothing, but it automates investing small amounts without you even feeling it. Other platforms like SoFi Invest or Robinhood let you buy fractional shares. In the old days, if you wanted to invest in a company like Amazon, you might need thousands of dollars just to buy one share. With fractional shares, you can buy a tiny slice of that same company for just a few bucks. This lets you build a diversified portfolio of companies you actually believe in, even with a small budget. Many of these platforms also offer robo-advisor services. A robo-advisor is just an automated platform that builds and manages a diversified portfolio for you based on your goals. You answer a few simple questions, and the algorithm does the rest, investing your money in a mix of low-cost funds. It's like having a financial advisor for a tiny fraction of the cost. The key here is to just start. Pick an app, link your account, and set up a recurring deposit, even if it's just $5 a week. The act of starting is so much more important than the amount you start with. This gets you in the game. You'll start to learn how the market works, you'll see your money grow, and you'll get comfortable with the whole process. This is your training ground. Strategy 6. The long game. Passive investing for real wealth. Micro-investing apps are a fantastic starting point, but for serious, long-term wealth, you need strategy number 6. Passive investing with low-cost index funds and tax-advantaged accounts. Now that might sound complicated, but it's actually the simplest and most effective investment strategy for most people. Instead of trying to pick individual winning stocks, which is incredibly hard even for the pros, you can just buy the entire market. How? Through an index fund or an ETF. Think of an S&P P500 index fund as a single basket that holds tiny pieces of the 500 biggest companies in the US. When you buy one share of that fund, you instantly own any slice of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and hundreds of others. This strategy has 3 huge advantages. First, you get instant diversification. If one company tanks, it barely affects you because you're spread across 499 others. Second, it's incredibly cheap. The fees on index funds are a tiny fraction of what active fund managers charge. And third, it has a proven track record. Again, the S&P 500 has historically returned about 10% per year over the long run. Most professional money managers fail to beat that average. So how do you actually do this? You open a retirement account like a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is one of the best wealth-building tools out there, especially for people just starting out. You contribute money you've already paid taxes on, and in return, your investments grow completely tax-free. When you take the money out in retirement, you won't owe a single penny in taxes on all that growth. We're talking about a difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can open a Roth IRA at almost any major brokerage like Fidelity or Vanguard, often with no minimum deposit. Once it's open, just set up automatic investments into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. This is the classic set-it-and-forget-it strategy that builds life-changing wealth over decades. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it absolutely works. Strategy 7. The accelerator. Create your first income stream. All the strategies we've talked about will put you on the path to wealth. But if you really want to speed up the journey, you need strategy number 7. Creating a low-cost side hustle to generate a dedicated stream of investment income. This is different from just getting a raise. This is about creating a separate income source where 100% of the profits go directly into your investments. This is what puts your wealth building on steroids. The key is to pick something that requires little to no startup cash. You don't want to go into debt to start a business. The easiest way to do this is to monetize a skill you already have or one you can learn quickly. Think service-based businesses. Are you super organized? Offer virtual assistant services. Love animals? Start a dog walking or pet sitting business. Good with words? Offer freelance writing for blogs. You can use platforms like Upwork and Fiverr to find clients from all over, or just look for local gigs on Facebook groups. Other ideas that cost almost nothing to start include tutoring. If you're great at a certain subject, you can tutor students online or in person. Or cleaning or organizing. Lots of people will gladly pay for help keeping their homes or Airbnbs tidy. Flipping free stuff. Check out the free section on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. You can often find items you can clean up and resell for a quick profit. And print on demand. If you have a creative side, you can design t-shirts or mugs online, and another company will handle all the printing and shipping for you. The goal here isn't to build a giant corporation. The goal is to generate an extra $200, $500, or $1,000 a month that you can pour directly into your investments. Imagine being able to max out your Roth IRA every single year just from your side hustle money. That's how you supercharge your journey to financial freedom. You're literally turning your spare time into a wealth-generating machine. So there you have it, 7 strategies to build wealth with little to no money. It's not about being rich. It's about being disciplined, strategic, and consistent. It's about making a series of small, smart decisions over and over again for a long time. You have to shift your mindset and realize that time is your greatest asset. You have to invest in your skills to grow your income, and then automate your savings so you're always paying yourself first. You've got to destroy that high-interest debt that's holding you back. And then you start investing, even if it's just with pocket change, by embracing the simple, proven power of low-cost index funds. And if you want to hit the accelerator, you create a side income stream dedicated solely to your investments. You don't need to win the lottery. You don't need a huge inheritance. You just need a plan. The person who starts with $50 a month and stays consistent for 40 years will almost always end up wealthier than the person who keeps waiting for the perfect time to start. The perfect time is right now. You have the knowledge. You have the tools. The only thing left to do is take that first step. Thank you so much for watching. If this video gave you the confidence to start your own wealth-building journey, Do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more videos to help you master your money. I'd love to know in the comments, which of these 7 strategies are you going to start with this week? And don't forget to check out this next video on the screen. It's a deep dive into the best low-cost index funds for beginners, and it's the perfect next step. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.